Hello, welcome back YouTube to another message from Intuitive Empress. I did one recording and I don't know what happened to it. All of a sudden the recording started over. So we're going to try this again. I am going to do a life purpose message. It comes from my life purpose deck that I created by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. So the first card out, and before I start, let me ask you, please, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me to get more messages out to you at a quicker pace. And the first card out is trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. And I'm going to add something to that, to guide your career path and your relationships, be it your family relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. Trust your feelings and your dreams, because God is sending you downloads in your spirit to let you know who's for you, who's not for you, who's hating on you, who's envying you. Trust your dreams, because he's sending you dreams to also give you messages on what to do and how to do the things that you need to do, because he's concerned about every little thing about you. The divine is. And it says here, heavenly host, you are not alone. You are surrounded by the heavenly host, Holy Spirit, and Most High. So some of you may have been going through some things when you experience loss. We're coming out of a season where there were a lot of people who experienced loss through people passing from COVID, maybe some violent situations, or just life happening. In general, people get older and they pass away, and or some people had sicknesses, family members. But you are not alone. You may seem and feel lonely, but you are not alone. You have the divine who loves you so much, who has his angels there to protect you, to speak to you, to comfort you. His spirit wraps all around you. So just know that. Know that he's giving you freedom to do what you choose. And that's good or bad. So you can choose to do good, you can choose to do bad. I would hope that you would choose to be good, because if you do good, then good will come back to you. If you do evil, evil will come back to you. People will say, what goes around comes around. So no matter what you believe, people believe that what you put out into the atmosphere comes back to you, into your atmosphere. Spirit is saying you're on the right path. Those of you who are listening are on the right path. I believe it is why you were even led to this video, because you are on the right path. There are certain things happening to you, certain things that are catching your attention, that's letting you know that there's change happening, but you're on the right path. Sometimes when you're on the right path, everybody that you know falls out. No one supports you or guides you or stays around you when you're going through certain changes in your life. But keep going, because when you keep going, those people who doubted you, those naysayers, will come back and be like, wow, you did make the right choice. That has happened to me on many occasions. I was taking turns and making decisions that no one understood. And people, when you have loved ones, they fear for you. They want to make sure that you're making the right choice. But when you make that choice and they see it work out, if you look at a lot of successful people, you had people who did not think that they were doing the right thing, especially when they were the first. They looked like plum fools to everyone because it had never been done before. But when they were successful, guess what? They became legends. They become people who are in our history books. They become people that people built statues of. Surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Some of you have been learning some hard lessons lately. Some of you have been learning painful lessons. But you are learning them. Learn from those lessons. Embrace those lessons because they are made to help you go on your soul's life's purpose. We are all here for a purpose. The next card out says, it is time to move. Move on to calmer waters. Some of you that are listening to this video, that are watching this video, have had some hard times, have had some rough goings. The storm on the sea of your life was rough. But the storm is over. And anybody knows, even when a storm is over, the seas, the waters don't get calm right away. But you're moving past that storm. And the waters are calmer. Keep moving forward. You're on the right path. You're anointed to teach people about love, some of you. Some of you have been through some real rough things when it came to love. Family love, friend love, romantic love. And you learned some lessons. And you can help other people get through their hard times. Some of you do body work. And that means massage therapy, spiritual healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. I don't know about you, but I've had a massage. And it was very, very healing for my body. I remember the first massage that I had. After that person was done, number one, I had to go to the bathroom because it rubs the toxins out of your body. But when I went to, and she told me, be careful because, you're going to be real relaxed. Your muscles are going to be real relaxed. And at that time, I tended to hold a lot of stress in my muscles. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. That felt fine. I went to step down and almost fell on my face because my muscles were so relaxed. So it's very healing. And I felt great for so long. And so I started getting massages at least once a month. Just to keep my body right, keep the toxins, flowing out of my body. Very soon, what you are asking for will happen soon and in a happy way. Some of you have been asking the divine for certain things, for certain breakthroughs, for your business, for your career, for your family. And Spirit is saying very soon it will happen. And it will be a very happy way. Because the blessings of the Lord maketh one rich and add no sorrow. So if that blessing or that thing that you think is a blessing is adding sorrow to you, it's not a blessing. It doesn't mean you won't go through it. Like if you get a house, sometimes you might have a plumbing issue or something may go wrong in the house. That's not what that means. But if you're constantly pouring money into it, that house is upside down and every time you turn around something is breaking, then maybe that wasn't the blessing for you. If you're in a relationship and this person has nothing positive to say to you, and that's a romantic relationship, family relationship, whatever, everything is negative. They're talking you down. They're messing with your self-esteem. They're physically, mentally bashing you. Then that's not a blessing. And it's adding sorrow. But justice is coming for you. Your career is about to bring fairness, protection to others who need your help in your family. If you do volunteer work, it'll free you up to be able to do that. Why? Because you are going through a career change. That's the next part that came out. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. It is safe to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have to share with others. A lot of times, especially as givers, we tend to give, and don't get much in return. And it's not always because people are not giving. It is because we don't accept the help. We don't accept the gift. So start receiving, because when you receive, you can continue to pour out. I know I had to learn that. It made me uncomfortable for people to give to me. And so I wasn't taking. And I had a friend one time tell me that I hurt their feelings. And I'm like, why? And they was like, I didn't think that you liked me as a friend. And I was like, why? They was like, because I'm always offering to do something for you, and you always tell me no. So I got offended. I was like, well, Dad, she doesn't want anything from me. And she was like, but I realized something told me that you're just not used to receiving from people. Excuse me. And she was right. And I just told her, yeah, I was like, I wasn't used to receiving from people. And because I wasn't, when people offered, I always thought that there was an ulterior motive for it, that people didn't give out of genuineness. And even though I always gave out of genuineness, and so I had to change my mindset, because people really were trying to give to me and really wanted to do something nice for me. And so I realized the more I received, the more I was able to give back. And it could have been something as simple as them giving me a spa day, or, taking me to lunch. So when I got taken to lunch, I had money that I didn't have to spend. And so I was able to give that to someone who was in need. Some of you, the career change that you are about to embark on is self-employment. Some of you are born entrepreneurs, and your business is surrounded by divine opportunities. So as an entrepreneur, you'll be able to employ people. You'll be able to make a living yourself without working for someone else. You'll be able to make your own hours, have some freedom to do the things that you need to do. And some of you are increasing your sensitivity. Ooh. You are becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. When you become a more sensitive, intuitive, empathic person, you have to change your environment. You can't be around a whole bunch of negative energy. Why? Because that negative energy starts to seep into your spirit, and then you start to become negative. And you're like, why am I angry? Why is this going on? Because of what your environment is. Some of you are becoming more sensitive because your life's purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. Some of you are more sensitive because you're environmentalists. And so your life purpose entails protecting nature, teaching about nature and animals, making people aware of conservation efforts, restoring the balance of nature. If you take a species of animal and they all die off, it messes up the natural order of things, because they are either animals that feed other animals or animals that eat other animals that could overpopulate and cause all kinds of problems, or it can be animals that take care of animals that die. People they don't like vultures, but vultures clean and cleanse the landscape, keep diseases from running through the landscape from rotting carcasses. Some of you are profoundly intuitive. So trust what you hear in your prayer time or meditation time and what you pick up from people. You are truly gifted. I know I'm one that I can pick up on people, their emotions, people's personalities. And when I was younger, people used to say, oh, you're so judgmental. And I was like, no, not really. This is just who that person is. And then later people would come back and be like, Trina, you know, Intuitive Empress, you were so right about this person. You were so right, Intuitive Empress, about this person. And it's not necessarily that I wanted to be right. Sometimes it was good. The people were good, and sometimes the people were not. Sometimes when you're profoundly intuitive, it can be uncomfortable because you don't want to reveal something about somebody that is negative. Because all of these changes are happening, you have to be very in tune with the spirit because there's infinite abundance there. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. But with infinite abundance comes jealousy, comes people who don't like the fact that you have that abundance. Sometimes they feel like you don't deserve it, that they should have it, but they're not living the purpose that you're living. They didn't go through the things and the struggles. And a lot of times struggles are behind closed doors. Everybody doesn't see the struggles. Everybody doesn't see the work that you put in and the soul work that you put in. And so they're jealous and they think, oh, well, why does he or she get this? And they have no idea what you've went through to get it. New doors are opening. Your prayers have been answered and a new door is being held open for you. So you have to be aware so you can walk through that open door. And finally, with all of this, it is important that you pay attention to what's going on around you because clarity is coming. You are receiving downloads from the divine that will move you on your spiritual path. A lot of times we go through things and we don't understand. And we're like, oh, why is this happening to me? I really don't understand. Well, clarity is coming. And it's nothing like when you get clarity. It's nothing like when that clarity comes, where a light bulb comes on, or something happens like, that's why I went through that. That's why. So before, I said finally, but let me just make sure that Spirit has finished talking, finished giving messages. All right, no more messages. And at the bottom of the deck, I have speaker. But some of you, your life purpose involves your skills of speaking or as an orator, which means speaker, to motivate people, to coach people, to teach people. And that teach was in here. And I probably should have said teach or coach. To train people. These are all powerful gifts because it helps people get on their journey of their life purpose. And all of you who have come here have something that helps people get onto their life purpose. Whether it's environmental, you can't live your life purpose if there's no earth to walk on. You can't live your life purpose if your body is not in line and not healthy. You can't live your life purpose if you're not taught the things that you need to do to survive in life. Some of you can't live your life purpose without starting that business or changing your career. Without the freedom to do the things that you need to do. Without that intuitive nature. Without that empathic gift. So I do thank you for joining me for another message, and I will see you next time.